Hey guys, welcome to here, and of course here we are covering the ZF-6. In terms of modules, we're going to aiming systems. Aiming AA gun mod is viable. This thing has AA symbol are slightly better than a Fletcher, so AA guns is viable, but I do like to spec for non-AA because usually you don't want to be trying to shoot down planes in a DD. So aiming systems would I recommend, but aiming gun mods is definitely a recommendation. It's alternative option there. Propulsion mod generally the best option out of the three here. Getting out and going out of places is what you need propulsion mod for, and that's the best. Concealment for this guy, you probably don't want to go open water gunboaty crazy man, and I would go for torpedo launchers, but you can alternate between making this a gunboat and a torpedo boat. Overall though, due to the strength of torpedoes, I'd recommend doing for torpedo focus build. Commander choice here is Blue Furiora, mainly because our maximum destroyer speed inspiration is incredibly useful on all DDs really, but especially on the ZF-6, which is got the same base sort of speed as a Fletcher or Lightning, so generally slow. Not Akazuki slow, but slow, and speed is very influential in battles. I went for contact as imminent for a 4 knot buff to destroyer speed. I did not go for the other skills here, because you get like a 79 knot torps, basically 80 knot torps, but they're very high detection. I did not go for Subsurface Venture because it does a 10% debuff on your guns. Mosquito Boots is viable, but you don't get the 4% knot increase in torps. Unpleasant. This is, by the way, something to note, this is with Atago. You get a 11k torp salvo, which is kind of horrible. 9 km torps, 75 knots, not too slow, 1.5 detectability using Agile and Atago. So with a 45 second reload, 49. So it's not bad idea really, but we're gonna go with contact items, and that's my preferred choice here. Look at me now. This fragile threat is too much of a risk here. I went with Torpedo Safari because I'm comfortable in DDs. I don't really need Perceptive to play them comfortably, but Perceptive is a very good option again. You lose a kilometer range, but it's all your preference really. I'd recommend Torpedo Safari though, because you do lose. You get 9 km torps, which is quite comfortable. You could go with Smoke in the Water, but I went for Destroy or Be Destroyed. Accuracy's fine, and I do like the additional speed bonus. Unstoppable because you don't want that engine being permanently destroyed. Agile and Atago to make the torpedoes hit a little bit easier to hit, and Eric Bay for a bit more concealment. You're basically on par with concealment with the Shimakaze, by the way, something to know. Torpedoes hit like a truck, by the way, as I mentioned before, 18.5k roughly, with a pretty decent reload at 76 where you're doing this. Detectability is pretty bad, that's why we have Agile and Atago in here to help reduce that to 1.5, 1.6. If you look at the guns real quick, the high explosive shells are pretty anemic. They've got a very good fire chance though, something to note, very good fire chance. The AP does hit like a truck, nearly 3k alpha for a DD, that's insane. And again, 4-second reload is pretty competitive. You're getting close to Lightning territory, maybe even Fletcher. You're getting under Fletcher with the main battle rate reload booster. So you definitely want to use that on engagements that you definitely want to know that you need to win the engagements, or you might struggle without the booster. You have the option of the smoke here, you can make it AA. Don't do it, please. Don't do it. I understand you've got a good AA boat. Keep on the smoke. It's far more versatile, far more useful for you, and will help you every game, even carrier games. Maneuverability and residual speed here, 38.9. Terms of durability is quite sluggish, something to note. And turning is not very quick. 5.2 detection is pretty exceptional. As you mentioned before, it's borderline close to the Shimakaze. And with that, you can spec into really competitive concealment. Now, the game I'm going to feature, I didn't use the main barrier booster, but this I do. I'm just going to show you how ineffective the HE is when you use the main barrier booster. This is using HE, folks. You see the damage here. You're getting pens every time, yes, but the damage we're doing is not great. You really want to be using AP for targets like this. See, as soon as you start getting AP salvos in, we do some pretty decent work here. We lost a fair amount of health here. We did 9k to the guy. Well, basically, yeah, 9k to the guy. And here's an example of using AP. Again, it's not always the case, but if you aim low, you can get some pens on the waterline because if you use arms in the water, and there we go. Look at the pens here, and look at the damage. Oh my god. You definitely want to be using the AP when you're using that main barrier booster. We don't use this game, so I just thought I'd want to show you the damage you do. You need to switch to AP. If the guy gives you a remote broadside, definitely switch to AP. The AP salvos is very good. I'll give you numbers here while we're talking. So it's only 295 damage for an AP overpen. It is 478 for a HE pen, but it's 973 for an AP pen, which you can get on destroyers. So if you get one HE AP pen, it's worth more than double an HE pen. So you definitely want to be switching to AP if you know you can get those penetrations. Heading below the waterline, just on the waterline, will help you get those penetrations, and aiming for slightly angled DDs, but not too angled, will help you get those penetrations, especially from range. The AP is incredibly good. If you want to get damage out of these guns, you want to be using AP whenever you can. But the HE is good for setting fires, so be aware of that. Now again, I wanted to highlight that when you're using main barrier booster, AP is the way to go. Something to note, because the AP is very good, high alpha, and you've got pretty good penetration angles. But the HE is purely just for setting fires. The HE alpha is pretty unvisible. Now, onto the game actually here. We have all our destroyers going into the A cap, which is quite unfortunate. You really should have your DDs spread out. I don't like going for the B cap in a destroyer because literally anything can contest the cap. So we're just going to hang around the edge here. We really want to get to the C cap and fight that DD. But if we can cap B for free, I'm absolutely going to cap B for free. So trying to find out what this Yamato Richelieu is doing and see if we can get some juicy torpedoes off on them. But right now our biggest priority is getting this cap and not getting torpedoed in the process. The German ZF-6 is unfortunately not equipped with the sonar. It does get the speed boost and main barrier reload booster, only one though, but that is what you get in exchange. You also get some pretty nasty torpedoes considering they're German. Usually the Germans don't have very high alphas, so this is exceptionally good alpha. 18k is nothing to laugh at. That's incredibly high alpha for torpedoes. So specking for torpedo boats, for torpedoes is probably your best bet, but you can spec for guns. It's just very hard to do so because you really need to get those prime engagements. You can lose that health pool very quick. It does eat quite a lot of damage very quickly, as you'll see as well here, unfortunately, in this video. Now, we're going to see what's going on here. We're going to hang out a little bit longer. If we can get some torpedoes off in this Yamato or the Richelieu would be great. We do need to disengage though as soon as possible. I just want to see if maybe I can get some torpedoes off on that Yamato before we go. This is when torpedo safari kicks in here. We would not have the range to shoot this Yamato, and now we do actually have an option to get some. We only got one off though, and probably sailed out of range to get that, but hey, at least we tried. Okay. So we're going to keep one set reserve here, and we're just going to look about here and see what's going on, and we're going to venture off into that C cap soon. Trying to work out what's going on the A cap. Considering there's been 2 DDs there, I thought it would be captured by now, but it looks like both their DDs have also come here. We see our broadside leading, and we're going to fire some torps that way, and we need to venture forth onwards to try and get to that cap. We do lose our clip air rather early, and unfortunately, but that's fine. Everyone has these rough times, and he's had a rough time, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But we're going to venture on. We're going to try and capture the C cap, sorry. They're already contesting B, and no one's coming back to reset it, but the ship behind me might be able to do that. A cap is still kind of no man's land at the minute, so at this point we're just going to get what we can, and we're going to try and secure the C cap right now, while we have someone on our team hopefully contests the B cap, because trying to contest the B cap is something I should not be doing, and the DD need to be moving, you need to be capping other objectives. Contesting a cap forever is not something I should be doing, so hopefully my team will help me actually defend B, but unfortunately they're not interested in defending B, and that is going to come back to bite them, unfortunately. So we're trying to push on to the C cap here. The enemy have really butchered cap control. They've got absolute crazy cap control, and we're just trying to get something done. We do pop this speed boost here. I just feel like you're going really slow. Again, this thing is kind of sluggish. It doesn't turn very easily, and it just doesn't really accelerate that greatly. That's why I do recommend 100% going for the propulsion mod in that respect. Yamato does show up again. We can get a nice juicy salve on him, maybe. Again, these torpedoes hit like a truck, so definitely worth trying it. Though he is going like a half speed, so if he uses propulsion mod, if he has it, he can actually zoom past these torpedoes pretty comfortably. But I thought it was a good idea to shoot. Maybe I'll get a good luck. Probably get a couple off here, but again, we don't know what he's up to. So it looks like we're gonna get some. I don't think we're gonna kill him though. One with a flood, and 2 more. Yeah, 2 more. Oh, there we go. We landed 4 actually. Jeez, it's not bad. Yamato's having a fun day. He did repair that flood. We would shoot him right now, but we're thinking about it. Yeah. Oh, I kind of want to shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. If we can get another fire on him, he's pretty much out of there. So there's a fire over there. We're not spotted, so let's keep on our fire here. He is giving us flat broadside, so we're going to switch to AP. He's already in fire in the place we want him to set him on fire on. If we venture out too far back, we are going to get ourselves spotted, but it might be worth it just to finish off and secure this kill on the guy. Okay, he's out. That's fine. We're going to go capture this area, and then we'll have to go back to B to try and see what we can do to fight it back. Because at the minute, I've capped 2 objectives and 1 has been taken back straight away. So yeah, pretty rough. Playing the destroyer game, playing the caps is what you want to do, 100%. And then what comes in your way, you can choose to eliminate it very quickly using the main battery booster, or you can simply run away. Well, or torpedo or smoke up. You've got plenty of options again. You've got pretty good versatility in this boat, but you do have that lack of sonar and you're pretty unmovable. So torpedoes are pretty darn deadly for you. You need to be very aware of that. So yeah. But torpedoing targets is really where your bread and butter. You really do like this. So if you have this sort of position where you've got broadside battleships to try and torpedo, it's absolutely great. But yeah, this is how you should play it. You should really play it as the standard DD here, really. But you really want to be focusing on getting those prime engagements, getting those good torpedo salvos, and in the meantime, always being prepared for an enemy DD incursion. You're not very maneuverable, which means you're very susceptible to torpedoes, but you do have very good guns if you use the AP, and if you manage to get an opportunity to use the AP, you might add, and if you use that ring battle reload booster. Without the booster, you're pretty decent as a gunboat, but you're not the best, I can tell you that. You've got about a 4-second reload of my build, which is pretty darn competitive, but your HG alpha is pretty bad, so if the enemy DD angles well towards you, you will struggle to do too much to him and you'll probably need to disengage. Your health pool is decent, not the best, but it's not bad, it's not too awful, but you do lose health rather quickly, I find, in this destroyer. So again, be very cautious, be very careful. That main barrier booster is your get out of jail free card for winning duels, and is very good. You can beat Fletchers, you can beat almost anything within reason. Again, Akazaki will probably will beat you, but you need to be aware that your torpedoes are your best armament here. You want to be controlling caps, you want to be fighting all this stuff, you want to be winning the game, try and get points. That's how most games are won, by points. Now, this is where I make a kind of questionable decision, but I think it was a smart move. I probably could have used my booster here. I should have used my booster here, and that would have maybe done something here. I should have used the booster and started peppering this Kagro, but I thought, no, there's a Massachusetts there, there's a Kagro there, and there's a Lenin there, and my bit of passivity there is really a misplay here. I should have shot that Kagro, disengaged, and then smoked up. I should have shot him right there. You should have used my booster right there. I'm going to tell you guys, this was a misplay by my part. Big misplay. And it's potentially cost me the game, honestly. So, big misplay. Now, everything's smoked up. The Kagro has done me a favor by smoking up, meaning I can actually shell these guys without any repercussions. So yeah, I probably should have used my booster right there on the Kagro, because he's going to be flat broadside. You want to use the AP. He's even from a range as well. So just be aware, guys, that is a big misplay. And you guys should learn from it rather than me just say, there we go, a potato. You know, it happens. As I said, these fires, fire chance on this boat is very good. We're going to fire some torpedoes in that leeway, in that gap, making sure that Lenin will eat at least a couple. I'm going to try and set the Lenin on fire. AP on the Lenin, that's going to be very ineffective, but we kind of still testing the ship and seeing how it does. We are spotted by a plane, so we need to vamonos and start moving. Yeah, see, just nothing but shadows on the Lenin. We do get a torpedo on the Massa, and do we get another one? No. Okay, now. Lenin does go down by the Shimikaze before our torpedoes have a chance to land. We actually burn the Massa down along with additional torpedo, and looks like the enemy DDs, the Kabrosk and the Shimikaze are gearing, I think. Shimikaze is pretty darn low. You guys may have noticed, eagle eye viewers of yourself, I'm up to 130k damage, and we've got 2 solo caps as well. Now, Kagero is in B, but there's other ships there. There's another battleship in B, and it's pretty dangerous going into that cap there. I think I played a bit too passively this game, but you know, you guys can be the judge of that. I think that shot in the Kagero, that moment there, should have been great. I should have used my smoke, and I should have got some really good damage on that Kagero, and that could have been the tide to change this game. So a little bit unfortunate there, bit of misplay, but hey, you know what? Not everyone's perfect. I make mistakes too, just like everyone in this game. We all make mistakes, but I will highlight that as a big mistake there. We could have really changed the tide of the battle here. When you have an option to shoot a DD, and it's arrested a little bit of your health, yes, but if the Master had HE loaded, he could have dev struck me, so could the Lenin, and then the Kagero could have been just the finisher. But then again, it's all hearsay, hindsight. It's very easy to say this looking back in the game, but in the heat of the moment, you don't think about these things. As you see, Kagero got himself really damaged there. If I had put the damage on earlier, he probably would have died. So yeah, definitely something to know. So I'm over here helping out our last DD on this side to see, hey, I could probably finish off those two destroyers. I'm pretty healthy. I could probably take on a Gearing and a Khabarovsk alone and probably win this fight. So let's see what I can do to try and help out our friendly Shimakaze. Now, again, we have the opportunity to shoot the Kagero, and we don't do it because we didn't think we'd have the turret traverse. He already went dark. We probably would have had one salvo on him here. And look how much quickly this ZF-6 loses health pool from that Khabarovsk. The AP is doing absolute wonders on him, on us, but we do finish him off. Did take quite a nasty salvo there. We have to leave the cap because we were trying to dodge and duke the Khabarovsk shells. And as you can see, the turning circle does come into play here, and you see it's pretty darn lackluster. We don't have the range to shoot the Kagero, but will ping our team desperately to try and finish him off. Hopefully that battleship does make a bold play to try and get rid of the Kagero, but again, it's a bit of an ask, to be fair, to get rid of a Kagero in a battleship without trading here. So yeah, we're still trying to turn into the cap. As you see, rudder turning circle is kind of pippy in this boat, but we're trying to do our best and try and push in to the A cap and get it capped as soon as possible. Every second matters, and yeah, it's gonna get pretty close to the wire, folks. It's gonna get a pretty darn close game. Richelieu's over there. We don't have the option. He's running away, and Richelieu is basically the same speed as us with a speed boost. We're slightly faster, but chasing a target, we're basically just going 2 knots towards the Richelieu if you do the calculation, because there's something running away with you 30 knots and you're going 31. The net speed you're going to catch up to them is only 1 knot, so you don't actually catch up very quickly despite being very fast, because the speed difference is very minimal. So something to know. Anyway, pushing into the cap, maybe spot the gearing, hopefully spot the gearing. And that's my biggest concern there. We spot the gearing and then we push in to the B cap and cap that. If we cap the B cap, there's a high chance there's a chance at least we have a way to win this. Shimakaze is doing his best to try and get some torpedoes off on the Richelieu. Again, he's probably going to struggle with torpedo range, but he might have enough range for this. Us on the other hand, we do not have the range. We can try the guns. Even the guns are going to struggle, but we're going to at least try load the HE. Do what we can here. Yep, there we go. Yeah, we're going to try. Because there's no reason right now. We just need to try and get kills under our belt here. Not much time left. Sea-Cat's being contested, which is not good. It's being captured actually. Battleship does go down. We're getting close to these points here. We need to get that B-Cap right away. We are going to get the B-Cap. Is it going to be too late? I don't know. We're trying what we can. We're just trying to do what we can. Oh my god. Are those DDs going to get themselves spotted? That is the question. I think they're way too smart here, and they're not going to get spotted. Torpedoes are coming. Is that Jean-Bart going to survive? Please tell me he's going to survive. Okay, he does survive. He eats 1, but that's fine. He's still alive. We're going to rush towards him for will to rebuild just in case he needs it, and trying our very damnedest to try and hunt down those DDs. But unfortunately, we are very close in points. We've got 2 points advantage, 2 caps to 1. Do we have enough time to make it here? No. We're 1 point short. And if we killed that Kagero, or our team held on to the B cap a little bit longer, that could have been a win. So yeah. 2000 base XP on a loss. Yeah, 131,000, 10 torpedo hits, 3 kills, and 3 captures as well, with 64 main battery gun hits. If we shot that Kagero, could have won the game. So a little bit more aggressive play than what I played this game, guys, but you can see the power of the torpedoes, you can see the power of the guns when they're used, and unfortunately if I had that main battery booster and used it there, that could have been the game decider. So a bit of an annoying game for me to look back at, but you know, it may be annoying for me, but if it's helpful for you guys, that's really what counts. And I don't mind posting a loss because it does show the power of the ship, the strength of the ship, and what happens if you fully utilize that ship. Unfortunately, I didn't really utilize the ship. I've got other 3K based games and so forth, but I felt this one was the most informative for you guys, the best one for you guys, for me to feature, really. So, tell me your thoughts on the ZF-6. Tell me, what did you expect for guns? Did you expect torpedoes? And hopefully, tell me if this video has helped you guys out. Have a lovely day, guys, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.